Right, the mother of all deals, the India-European Union Free Trade Agreement has been signed. We have the key contours of the deal that are coming out right now. The biggest win, I think, for India has been, of course, the preferential market access to Europe. About 99% of Indian exports by value will be going into the European Union completely tariff-free from day one of entry into force of this particular free trade agreement. That is, of course, the headline. So all the tariffs that were up to 20, 25, 30% earlier will now see absolutely nothing coming in into the European Union from India. What we're seeing is that this is easily India's most comprehensive FTA as well. This covers everything from goods, services, digital trade to SMEs, also mobility as well as sustainability. So easily the most comprehensive deal that India has signed. What we're seeing is that labor-intensive sectors, this is something that was India's key ask, and that is something that has been provided by the EU. Labor-intensive sectors like textile, leather, gems and jewelry, marine products, these will also see tariffs fall to zero from the day one of the entry into force of the agreement. What we're also seeing is that this is roughly about $33 billion worth of products that were sent to EU on various tariff lines. All of them will be completely tariff-free now. What we're also seeing is that India has been able to safeguard its sensitive sectors when it comes to this particular FTA. There's no market access that India has offered in lieu of these in terms of dairy and also in select agricultural products. So a very calibrated agreement when we come to this particular FTA. What we're seeing with regards to automobiles, that is something that was a major ask from the European side. But what India has offered is some sort of a quota-based system, and that is also very much calibrated towards the higher-end cars that are coming in from Europe. So it is mostly cars that are priced over 16 to 17 lakh rupees that will see some sort of tariff reductions. But so India's own domestic industry continues to stay protected to a certain extent, but that is also on a very much on a quota basis is what we're seeing. What we're also seeing is that key mobility agreements have also been signed. The details of those are not out yet, but what we'll see more of is more and more skilled workers heading to the European Union from India, more and more post-study work visas being given to young Indian professionals. What we're seeing is that another sticking point was, of course, the carbon border adjusted mechanism or the carbon tax that Europe wanted to levy on Indian imports. What we're seeing on that, the negotiation or the middle ground on that is, of course, that there is a future forward MFN clause that India has been able to secure. Those were some of the key highlights that we're seeing coming in from the India-EU FTA currently.
Well, thanks for that, Rishabh.